What's up, family? Man, we're gonna go in. We're gonna go in today. You know what I mean? We're gonna go in today, man. I was asked the other day by one of the subscribers in one of the comments, and we were talking about sex, and she asked, "How do you stop somebody, or what do you do when somebody that you broke up with, somebody you're no longer involved with, and they have pictures and videos of you guys together and you before when you guys were together, you know what I mean? And they're still masturbating to these videos and to these pictures and all that other stuff. What do you do in that regard?" And that got me thinking about a couple things, and it's like, okay. And I started meditating. All right, God, what do I say? And they asked this question. Today's Thursday, had to be Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday. And so I want to think about it. I want to reflect on it, and I want to hear what God had to say. You know what I mean? Um, and so that's the reason for this video. That being said, man, we're just the camera, so we're gonna go off on that today. You know what I mean? And not just that, but just life. You know, and you can tell by the title: "Rise Up and Walk in Your Power." Rise up and walk in your power. This is for all you people that say you're chosen. This is for just everybody walking the planet. You know what I mean? I don't care whether you call yourself a chosen one. I don't care whether you say that, man, you're star seed. You know what I mean? None of that. I don't give a damn what you refer to yourself as. You know, I don't care what your gender is. I don't give a fuck what you got going on. You know what I mean? This is for you. You know what I mean? And this video is going to be detrimental to your ignorance. It's going to be detrimental to your ignorance. Okay? But it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know, the other day I was at the gym, and I'm going to respond to her question. I'm going to just give you a little background stuff first. I was at the gym the other day, and I saw something that just blew me away. You know what I mean? It blew me away. And as I was looking, it was about 8, 10 people in wheelchairs playing full court basketball. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there and I'm watching these people in the gym just going. You know what I mean? And the thing about this was that it was so much harder than just regular basketball. Stay with me. We're going somewhere today. Playing wheelchair basketball, and these people are disabled, if you want to call them that, but they're not disabled as many people walking on their 2 feet. You know, handicap or whatever. You know, I don't know what the correct terminology is today. I mean, not trying to be offensive to anybody in that regard. But they were bound to wheelchairs, you know. They couldn't walk. They didn't have the activity of their legs, you know. And so, but they're going up and down the court using their hands, propelling them, right? And at the same time, they're having to shoot the ball, right? And because they're sitting on these low wheelchairs, they're lower than they would be as if they were standing up. So they have to shoot the ball farther. You know what I mean? And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, dang, these people going all in. They were like, man, they were balling. You know what I mean? They were aggressive. They were serious about it. You know what I mean? And there was a couple of times, man, somebody wheelchair fell over and the gang came to a stop. Everybody reached down with same team, different team, didn't matter. They're helping each other up, right? But then they just, man, got after it again. You know what I mean? And I was sitting there and I was thinking on that and I was like, damn, that hit me. And it hit me because these people didn't allow their quote unquote handicap to stop them from playing a game that they liked, to stop them from playing a game that they love. These people, man, who don't have the activity of their legs, who have to use their arms for everything, to move anywhere, they got to wheel themselves there, you know, with their hands. And now they got to shoot the ball even further higher up. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, they're using so much of their arms. But that didn't stop them from playing the game. Why am I talking about that? Because so many of us as adults, as people walking this planet, we've given the fuck up. We've already given up. I've met so many kids before I left California who in junior high school from the 5th to 8th grade, the year before I started at the school, there were 9 kids that the school knew about it that tried to commit suicide. 9 kids from the 5th grade through the 8th grade that tried to commit suicide in 1 year. And that's just the ones that the psychologists at the school knew about. That's not counting all the other kids who was contemplating it. That's not talking about all the other kids who tried it and nobody knew. They already gave up. They already gave up. They were already ready to check out the box. You know what I mean? They were done. They were done already. Their life had just barely fucking started and they're already done. Their life had just barely started and they're already giving up. And there's a whole lot more that's walking around that they gave up. They just don't have the courage. They don't have the mindset to commit suicide. But they've already given up. Rise up. Grow up. And walk in your power. I was at the gym. I love being at the gym. That's where I meditate a lot if I'm not out in nature. It's great exercise, you know what I mean? And just gives me an opportunity to talk to people, you know what I mean? To meet different people and to encourage and inspire different people, you know what I mean? And so I'm at the gym yesterday and I'm on the elliptical machine. And this elderly man that I talked to quite a bit there, he walked up to me. He said, you know, you could go a lot faster than that. He was laughing and joking, right? And I laughed at him. I said, well, I've been on for 9 minutes already. I said, I still got like 51 more minutes to go. And he just looked at me. I said, yeah, I'll do an hour on this. And then I go hit the weights. I said, so yeah, I could go faster, but I'm pacing myself because there's so much more I have to do. Man, I hope y'all caught that. This man was laughing. It's like, man, you can go faster. And there's a whole bunch of people going a lot faster than me, but they went on their machines for an hour. You know what I mean? And they weren't going to go hit the weights. You know what I mean? And so I was telling him, it's like, man, I could go faster, but then I'll burn out. I could go faster, but then I wouldn't have the strength to finish the mission. I wouldn't have the stamina to do what all I want to do. I can't hit the weights as hard as I want to because I still got to pump iron. This is just the beginning. What does that got to do with what we're talking about? Man, because you know, we have to know who we are. We have to understand the power that we have within us. We have to know ourselves to understand, man, I got a whole lot more to do in life. I can't burn out in the first 15 minutes. I can't get here to the gym and just go hard for 30 minutes and then I'm done. I ain't got shit else. Unless that's my plan, unless I got to go and I'm going somewhere. You know what I mean? But you can't do everything that I couldn't do everything that I want to do. I'll be at the gym 2 hours, minimum. 2 hours. You know what I mean? Man, I got to stretch and I stretch before I even go get on the elliptical machine. You know what I mean? So I'm stretching for 15, 20 minutes. Then I'm doing a bike or this machine. And then I'm hitting the weights. But you got to know who you are. You got to know what your purpose is. What's that got to do with this young lady's question? When you get in alignment with God, when you get in alignment with Source, Universe, the Most High, universal consciousness, unconditional love, it don't matter what other people are talking about. It don't matter what other people fucking do. None of that got anything to do with you. None of that has anything to do with you. All the shit that they talking, all the shit that it ain't got a damn thing to do with you. Nothing. I read a post this morning. If you want to know my business, invest in my business. Otherwise, shut the fuck up and leave me alone. You know what I mean? And I thought that, man, that's so me. You know what I mean? That's so me. I'm saying it again. If you want to know my business, invest in my business. Otherwise, shut the fuck up and leave me alone. I don't give a fuck what everybody's talking about. Why? Because I'm focused on me. I'm focused on why I came here. I don't have time to allow everybody else to distract me. I don't have time to allow everybody to get me outside of my lane. I don't have time to be looking around at everybody else and seeing what they're doing and comparing myself to what they're doing. Oh, man, I'm not going fast enough. Man, they're going to think I'm a punk. They're going to think I'm weak. They're going to think I'm slow. And they're going to think that. Man, I don't give a fuck. I don't have to be the strongest, the baddest motherfucker walking in the fucking gym. I'm not there for that bullshit. I don't give a fuck how much you curling. I'm going to curl what I can curl and what I'm here curling today. I don't give a fuck how much you squatting and pressing and all that other shit. Man, that ain't got shit to do with me. I'm going to do what I came here to do, whether you here or not. Why do we get so fixated and stuck paying attention to everybody else? We do it because we're not connected to God. What do I mean? If I'm looking this way, I'm looking at the camera now. If I'm looking at the camera, I can't really pay attention to my peripheral vision. You know what I mean? What's going on the sides. I definitely can't really pay attention to what's behind me. I can't really pay attention to what's above me. I can't really pay attention to what's beneath me. If I'm looking in this direction right here, if this is what's this direction right here, this is my connection to God, the source, the most high, universal consciousness, whatever. Man, I can't be tripping off all the other bullshit. And I'm not tripping off all the other bullshit. None of that matters to me. Why? Because I'm connected. And there's a scripture in the Bible that says, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. See, most of us, we don't understand who God is, what God is. So we think that God is some sugar daddy sitting up in the fucking clouds somewhere. You know what I mean? Up in the high heavens somewhere. We think that God is so disconnected, so far away from us, we can't even see him. We can't touch him. He's too busy to be worried about my fucking measly, peasly ass fucking life. Out of all the 8 billion people walking this planet, God ain't got time to come see about me. Out of all the 8 billion people walking on this fucking planet and all the other animals and all the other shit that God tends to, why is he so concerned with me? I ain't shit to him. He'll come see about me when he comes see about me. If he comes see about me. But who am I that God should come see about? See, that's somebody that don't know who the hell they are. We have to stop being distracted. We have to stop worrying and tripping about what everybody else is doing. None of that shit is your fucking business. I know you may care about them. I know that may be your kid, your mama, your daddy. That's not your fucking business. When that's talking about your kid, once they get grown, that ain't your fucking business no more. They have their own journey. They have to have their own experiences in life and grow the fuck up at their own fucking pace. You can't rush the process, just like can't nobody rush the process with your ass. Stay in your own fucking lane and stop worrying about what everybody else is doing. Answering the young lady's question. You have to understand something. Most of us, when we cut people off, we only cut them off physically. That's all we know. We cut people off physically. When we break up with people and get divorced, we break up with them physically. Most of us don't understand that we have to emotionally disconnect from them. What am I saying? We stop having sex with them. We stop being in a relationship with them and all this other stuff physically. But we're emotionally trapped to them. We're emotionally tapped in with them still. We're emotionally bound to them. And so we keep having these thoughts about what's going on. We keep replaying the fucking past. We keep thinking about wondering what they're doing, who they're with, where they're at. Are they watching me? Are they paying attention to me? I don't give a fuck. Man, when I cut somebody off, man, I don't give a fuck what's going on with you in your life. I don't. When I'm done, I'm fucking done. When I disconnect from your ass, I disconnect from your ass for a reason. Your ass no longer fucking exists to me. I know you're here somewhere, but I don't give a fuck where you at. I don't give a fuck what you doing. That ain't got shit to do with me no more. I wish you the best, but that's it. I don't wish bad on anybody. But I'm not sitting there entertaining thoughts about the fucking past with your ass. I'm not sitting there entertaining thoughts, excuse me, about what's going on in your life, about whether you watching my fucking videos, about whether you looking at my pages and all that other stupid shit. No, I'm not doing that stupid shit. No. Why? Because that means I'm emotionally tapped into you. I'm still tied to your ass. I'm still involved with your ass. We just not having sex. I don't give a fuck what they do with the pictures they got of me. You know what I mean? That shit don't mean shit to me. That's them and their fucking entrapment. You know what I mean? That's them and their issue. When I say we disconnect from the people, what am I saying? We have to connect with God. We have to connect with Source, Universe, the Most High, whatever you want to call it. And that's within us. That's why the Bible verse is, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. Man, God dwells within you, down in your gut region. We have to grow the fuck up and stop thinking that God is some fucking millions and billions of miles away up in the fucking sky somewhere. It's some of the fucked up shit that the Greek philosophy, or not philosophy, but the Roman gods and the Greek gods and all this other stupid bullshit. They got you believing that gods are way the fuck up there. And they really just check in on fucking planet Earth from time to time to see what the fuck is going on, making sure we're not tearing up the fucking planet, making sure we're not destroying shit. But other than that, they just leave us the fuck alone and they don't give a fuck about us. Because they got God shit to do. Rise up, grow up, and walk in your power. When you rise up, it's like, man, you're just taking off all the fucking shackles of your fucking life, the shackles of your fucking mind, the shackles of your fucking thoughts and your belief system, the shackles of your fucking addiction to these toxic ass motherfuckers walking around, the shackles of, man, I gotta impress these motherfuckers and I gotta do this and man, you're breaking off the fucking shackles when you rise up. Whatever your shackles are. And we all got different shackles. Some of us may have similar shackles. Man, I got to get big because I want the attention from all the women. I got to get big because I want the dudes looking at me. Man, I got to wear these short clothes and I got to get an ass job and a titty job because I want to look pretty and I want my king to see me and I want my king and I want him to... Man, we all got our own fucking shackles. And so we got to break our fucking shackles. We have to understand that that's a fucking shackle. That's a fucking hindrance. That's a fucking problem. That is keeping me from reaching my full potential. That's a fucking distraction. And so, man, I'm letting go of the shackles. I'm growing up now. I'm understanding who the fuck I am and why the fuck I'm here. I'm understanding that everybody can't walk in my little circle. Everybody can't be part of the fucking crew. When you look at Jesus' life, Buddha's life, Confucius' life, or any of these other great teachers, they had a small number of people with them. They had a small following. They had a larger following off in the distance, but part of their inner circle was just a small group. And even within that 12 that Jesus said, he had a small group. He had 3 or 4 that he chose over the others. When he went up to pray, before he got arrested in the garden, man, he had the 12 with him, the 11 with him, because Judas was already gone to go betray his ass. But even with the 11, he had like 3. Hey, come with me. Let's go further up. This is my inner circle. These are the homies of homies. You know what I mean? These are my boys. And he took them up. And they still fell asleep in his ass. They still didn't really have his back. Well, I'm saying, even Jesus had a small number. And so we trip out of, man, I got to get this large platform, and I got to get this, and I got to get this, and I got to get this. And Jesus didn't do all that bullshit. Jesus handpicked 12. He talked to the mass, but he just talked to 12. 12 was his people. He taught the 12 to go do everything else. He taught the other people, man, this is what you need to do. Now, it's your job to go spread the shit. It's your job to go help everybody else grow the fuck up and deal with their fucking issues. But you have to learn. It's my job to teach you. It's your job to learn this shit and then to go out and teach other people. That's how Jesus did it. But for some reason, we get the shit all fucking twisted. Man, I got to have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I got to have and all this other bullshit. We don't know who the fuck we are. We're distracted. We're distracted. We're shackled by our fucking ego, our fucking pride, our fucking low self-esteem. See, when you know who you are, man, you could just get up and just go. When you know who you are, it don't matter what other people do. Because what they do can't fuck with you. About a year ago, about 2 years ago, before I left California, I went to go to North Carolina, spend some time with my sister. Before I left to North Carolina, I was doing something, and I don't know what happened, but I got eczema real bad. Eczema. And it started out like a rash in my stomach. And it's like, what the fuck? And I just thought like it was a food reaction or allergic reaction or some shit, and just didn't trip off of it, And then I started feeling like some shit behind my knees, And then on my elbows, like in the crease, the fold of my arms, you know what I mean? Felt a little rash there on both sides. And same thing with my knees. Behind my knees is like a rash, right? And I was like, what the fuck is this, And didn't trip off it too much. It's like, okay, it's just something, allergic reaction my body's going through, and it's no big deal, right? It'll go away. I had a couple weeks, and it's like, this is hard now. This is getting, the texture of my skin is hardening up, you know what I mean? It's just changing, and it's fucking spreading, and it's getting worse, and it's itching, and I'm walking around like a fucking tweaker, just scratching, and just, you know what I mean? Just itching, just for no fucking reason, just walking, and all of a sudden, itch just hit me, just damn, and I'm looking like a fucking tweaker. And one day I'm tripping off of this, right? And God had said, why are you dealing with that? And I looked it up and I researched it and I went and talked to somebody, a doctor, and it's like, oh yeah, you got eczema, you got to do this, and you can't really get rid of it, but we can help treat the itch, and you put this ointment on every day, and and when it flares up, put this ointment on, blah 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 blah, and all this other bullshit, right? I said, I'm not doing that bullshit. And he just looked at me. I said, I'm not doing all that bullshit. And this shit ain't lasting. You know what I mean? Because God had already talked to me. Well, why are you dealing with that? Why are you dealing with that? Elijah, you're dealing with that because you don't know the fucking power you have. You're dealing with that because you just accept bullshit now? You cut all the toxic ass people off, but you just accept bullshit to your body? You don't know you got power to tell that motherfucker he gotta go? You didn't ask it to come? You tell it to get the fuck on? You don't understand you got that type of power? You don't understand you ain't got to accept diabetes and high blood pressure and low blood pressure and all this other fucking shit? You ain't got to accept just pain? It's different when you eating wrong and you doing wrong shit and you drinking the wrong fucking shit And now your body's reacting to the fucking shit you doing. You can't just tell the shit to just go away because it's your fucking fault. You're causing the fucking problem. So in order to change that fucking problem, you have to change your fucking diet. You have to change the fucking shit you're doing. Then you could tell it to leave. But you're gonna have to grow the fuck up. You didn't ask for this fucking eczema. Why are you tolerating this bullshit? And I stood there and I was like, oh hell no, fuck this shit. You got to go. Yeah, I'm not the type of person, I'm not pleading with shit. We don't understand the fucking power we have. I'm not pleading with no fucking demon, no devil, no evil spirits, no person. I'm not pleading with none of that shit. I'm not begging none of that stupid ass shit. I'm not begging no fucking illnesses, none of the other low vibrating frequency bullshit. I'm not pleading or begging none of that shit. When I say you got to fucking go, you got to fucking go. End the conversation. It ain't up for no fucking debate. I'm not asking for your fucking opinion. I'm not asking why you here and all. No, get the fuck on. I don't give a fuck where you go, but you can't stay with me. So when I said that, it didn't leave right away. And God showed me, it's like, Elijah, it's going to test you. Do you really mean that? And because it don't leave immediately, are you going to start doubting your fucking power? And start believing, man, I don't have that type of power because it's still here. You know what I mean? Are you going to take on that fucking mentality? Or are you going to be like, oh, hell no. I asked you to leave. I'm not asking. I told you to fucking leave. I understand it took time for this to spread all over my fucking chest, all over my fucking belly, my arms, my fucking legs. I understood that it took time, days for it to spread that way. I'm not waiting that long for you to fucking leave my body. You gotta go. I'm not having this fucking conversation every fucking day either. I'm not praying over the same shit every fucking day. We pray over the same shit over and over and over because we don't know who the fuck we are, because we don't know the fucking power we have. Once you say some shit and you mean it, man, that's all you gotta do. Why do you have to keep saying the same shit over and over and over on a daily basis? Because you don't know who the fuck you are. Because you don't know who the fucking power you have. You look at the CEO or owner of a company or the president or the king, the queen, whatever. Man, they give out orders. The general, whatever, they give out orders. They don't keep repeating them fucking selves. If you're not going to do what I fucking told you to do, get the fuck on. I'm going to get somebody else that's going to do what the fuck I told them to do the first time. I don't have to tell you the same fucking thing over and over and over. Same thing with my fucking kids. I'm going to tell you once. I'm going to give you benefit of the doubt because you didn't do what I fucking told you to do. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you didn't hear me. Maybe I didn't say it and express myself clearly. This is what I fucking expect you to do. I'm not having this conversation again. Because if I have to have it again, now you're challenging me. Now it's disrespect. Now I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass. And you still going to have to do what the fuck I told you to do. But when it's grown-ups, okay. When it's other shit, like this eczema that attacked my body, oh, I'm not having this conversation with you more than once. You gotta fucking go. And it's not gonna be no long 5-minute conversation. It's not gonna be no 2-minute conversation. It's not gonna be no one. I'm not explaining shit to you. The eczema. I'm not explaining. Oh, well, you gotta leave because technically you're not supposed to be here. And I didn't. No. Fuck that shit. I ain't got time for all the bullshit. I don't. To each their own. When I say you gotta fucking go, you gotta fucking go. Pack your fucking shit up. Go get your homies. Go get your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever the fuck you want to do. Pack your shit up and get the fuck on. In a couple of days, it was completely gone. Not a trace left in my body. We have to know who we are. We have to learn how to rise up and walk in our fucking power, walk in our fucking authority. I was at the gym the other day, and I was rushing to get out. I was talking to one of the guys, and I was rushing to get out, put my locker on it, and I leave a bunch of stuff, some cologne, and took some earrings off, and some clothes and shoes and a bunch of shit, coats and shit, in these big ass fucking lockers, right? And put the lock on, and I left. And I got like halfway home, and I was like, fuck, I don't know if I locked the locker. I don't know if I locked the lock. And man, every day motherfuckers get shit stolen because people don't put their locks on, and people don't bring locks for whatever reason, and people just go through the lockers and just start taking shit. You know what I mean? And so I'm sitting there, and it's like, fuck, I'm not going back to, double check, And so I'm like, all right, God, man, I need you to look out for me. You know what I mean? I need you to, because I'm not sure I locked it. So I go to the gym the next day. And before I even get to the locker, I'm fucking around talking to people and just all this other shit, right? And I finally get to the locker room. And I walk back to the locker. And I put the lock on, but I didn't close it. It was just on it. And I left it like the night before, right? And the gym was packed with a bunch of motherfuckers playing basketball and just doing a whole bunch of other shit. Hitting the weights and then crowded. I came back the next day. My lock was on. Left it just the way I thought I left it. Started looking at my shit. All my shit was there. Nothing was moved. Nothing was touched. Nothing. Why? Because when you're connected to God, you're good. You know what I mean? Everything is always working out for you. God is always watching out for you, even when you don't even realize it. Even when you just completely brain fart. You have to know who you are. You have to be connected to God. You have to be connected to Source, the Most High. And you can only get connected to God, not through fucking praying, not through fucking church and reading the Bible and all this other religious bullshit. You can only get connected to God, Source, the Most High, universal consciousness, unconditional love. You can only get connected to them by meditating. By meditating. There are thousands of different ways to meditate, but you can only get connected to them by getting on that frequency. There's thousands of ways of how to get on that frequency. But getting on that frequency is called meditating. We've been taught, man, you don't meditate because that's satanic and that's witchcraft and that's Buddhist shit. But we taught all this stupid ass fucking shit. And that's why we don't know who the fuck we are. That's why we don't know the fucking power we have. And because we don't know the power we have, we just accept bullshit in our fucking life. We just accept motherfuckers just mistreating us and disrespecting us and just wilding the fuck out for no fucking reason. Because we don't know who we are. We don't know the power that we possess. And so we get distracted and we get focused on stupid shit, meaningless shit. I don't give a damn how many people got pictures of me and what the fuck they doing with those pictures. None of that shit means anything to me. Why? Because I know who I am. I know who I'm connected to. I understand the power that I possess. And so I know that nothing that these motherfuckers do with these pictures and all the other stupid shit that they got, their curses and all the other stupid shit that they think that they could do to me, they can't fuck with me. And if they could fuck with me, if God allows them to fuck with me, it's all for my benefit. It's all to move me further along in my journey. It's all to help me in my growth and development. Everything is always working out for me. So no matter what these motherfuckers have, ill intentions they have, no matter how mad, angry, pissed off the fuck they are, no matter how jealous and spiteful, whatever they're doing, none of that shit can fuck with me except to help me. That's all they could do is help me. Their intentions aren't to help me. Their intentions are to curse me and to whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. I ain't got time for their bullshit. That's their fucking ignorance. That ain't got shit to do with me. The only thing that has anything to do with me is like, okay, what am I supposed to learn from this? How is this going to benefit me? And I don't even have to really understand that right now at the time. It's like, okay, I'm just going through the motions. I'm just living my life, doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm not fixated on what you're doing. Because if I get fixated on what you're doing, then that stops me from doing what I'm supposed to do. I can't do what I'm supposed to do paying attention to what you're doing. Understand who you are. Understand the power you have. And walk in that fucking power. When you walk in that power, man, your whole fucking life changes. Everything about you changes when you start breaking off the fucking shackles. When you start growing the fuck up and understanding who you are. Your whole life changes. Everything about you changes. Nobody can fuck with your peace. Nobody can fuck with your mind. Nobody can fuck with your joy and your happiness. See, we allow people to rob us. And we know they don't even fucking rob us of our peace, of our joy. We just give it to them because we don't know who we are. We just give it to them because we don't know the power we possess. We just give it to them because we, at that moment, we think, man, it's more important to deal with them than to stay connected with God, stay connected with Source, the universe, the Most High, whatever you want to call it. We choose to get disconnected from God, get disconnected from Source, get disconnected from the power within us, and now lower our frequency to some bullshit. And we start tripping. God, why did you leave me? And God, why did you abandon me? And God, why did you leave me all alone? And da-da-da-da. No, it's not that God left you. It's you left God. You left Source. You got disconnected. You chose to get disconnected. Let me bring this to a close. Jesus was on the cross. And understand he had just been whipped, beat the fuck down. You know what I mean? Had to carry the fucking cross or drag the cross. Now he's up on the cross, hanging. And he yells out, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? And what he was saying was, Jesus wasn't questioning why did God leave him. Jesus knew that God hadn't left him, but the pain was so fucking great. The pain and the anguish that he was up under was so fucking heavy. And see, so we get to the point we get so fucking spiritual. Man, Jesus is God, and Jesus never did anything wrong, or Jesus never did that. Jesus was up under fucking fear. That's why the Bible says Jesus prayed until he started sweating blood. There's a medical condition. That's a medical condition from great fear, great pressure. Just Google it. What causes your capillaries to burst and for it appears though you're sweating blood? Great fear, great anguish. Jesus knew the shit that he was about to have to go through with that fucking cross, and he didn't want to go through that shit. And the fear kicked in. And that's why he had to cry out to God so fucking long. That's why he had to cry out to God so intense. But Jesus stayed the course. Jesus finally got to the point, not my will, thy will. Man, take this cup, man. I ain't trying to go through this shit. And he had to grow up. All right. This is what I came here for. It ain't about what I want. Let me fulfill my purpose. Let me finish walking out this fucking journey. We have to rise up. We have to grow up. And we have to walk in our power. Walk in our authority. And stop allowing these low frequency, low vibing motherfuckers to manipulate us and making us think that they're greater than what they are. Allowing us to, convincing us that they have more power than what they do. Their power is not within them. Their power is in the fact that they convinced you that they're more powerful than you. They convinced you that they're more successful than you. They've convinced you that they're happier than you. They've convinced you that they have more peace, more joy than you. And because you're convinced that they're happier than you, you think something's wrong with you. You think, man, I'm fucked up and I'm da-da-da-da and da-da-da. I can't be happy because they got more money and they got da-da-da. And when we look at it, because they've convinced us. That's what life is all about. Rise up. Break off your fucking shackles. Grow up. Understand who the fuck you are. Understand why you're here. Walk in your power. Walk in your power. Man, as a beacon of love, man, I don't have a bad day. And I know that fucks people up when I say that. I don't have a bad day. At all. Telling the queen that maybe a week ago. I don't have bad days. Certain things happen throughout the day. It's like, make me start thinking, but at the same time, it's like, I understand who the fuck I am. I understand the power that I have. I understand everything is always working out for me. Just because this didn't work out the way I want it to work out, don't mean it ain't gonna work out for my best interest. Don't get caught up and get on some low vibrating frequency and get all twisted because this didn't work out the way you thought it was. Sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up, and stay in alignment, understanding and knowing, man, it's all good. It's gonna work out for me. I don't give a fuck what it look like. It's gonna benefit me in the long run. It's gonna benefit. I'm gonna come out on top. I don't give a bullshit, all the all the shit you think you got, and da-da-da-da. Man, I'm not tripping with you. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not wasting my fucking time on your low vibrating fucking ass. I'm staying in alignment. I'm staying in my peace of joy and happiness. If that's where you want to go, then take your raggedy ass on. Go do you. I ain't mad at you. I'm just going to sit here and do me. We have to grow up. We have to grow up. Hope and pray that something has been said that's helped you today. Family, rise up, grow up, and walk in your power. I love you guys. Happy healing.